Hello everyone. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is your first video that you've stumbled across, welcome. I hope you find it informative, entertaining enough to keep at it. And if you're a returning member, thank you for continuing to support my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't still be doing this. So, guys, day 28 of the 28 days of men's jewelry challenge. Today. It's actually Father's Day. I don't know that I'm gonna get this one released to go out tonight because I still have 27 or 26 and 27 in the can to be released. So I'm probably gonna release one of those like it's actually early morning. It's 1:26 in the morning. And then I'll do another one in the afternoon. I will release one on Tuesday along with a recording where I show you the tiger eye designs that I used. Sorry, that I used in order to show the masculine and feminine. I made some bracelets and stuff, so I'll probably show that to you. I don't really recall what all it was that was at the beginning of this 4-week long channel. Also, I would love to know what you guys have thought of the series. I've had a couple of suggestions. Well, I had a suggestion in the comments. A woman asked if I would be willing to like do this on a weekly basis and either call it Manly Monday or Two for Tuesday, making a man's and a women's design at the same time and showing that off in a video. I'm thinking it'd be cool to swap back and forth between the two and either have a Manly Monday or a Two for Tuesday. Yeah, unless one of you out there wants to hit me up, talk about maybe taking one of those. I'm not sure. Also, one of the cameras didn't get delivered. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, which is now, but doesn't do me a bit of good then. And I'm not quite sure how I feel about this camera. There are plus and minuses. So, plus, I want to go over the most important thing, which is that I hope you guys have gotten a clear understanding that men's and women's jewelry is not that different and that it's the slightest little change of things that do all of that. So I'm going to get in that a little bit, and then I'm going to do a design that I am actually going to take to my daughter and son-in-law. But first, guys, they're beautiful. I had to show them off. He put them in the vase for me. So, and then hid them in the fridge that's in our bedroom for when like I recuperate from surgery, or my son has recuperated from surgery and still is. So yeah, these are going right back in there though, so that I can still enjoy them come Wednesday night when I get home, and so on and so forth. Like, yeah, I hear you. I saw you. Somebody was being sneaky. Just know it may have been a gotcha, Heather, but it's coming. You picked on the wrong girl. Just kidding. You guys couldn't be sweeter. I love this community as a whole, but I think our small little slice of it is like the world's best thing. So, anyways, okay, let's get into it, guys. I want to go down on the mat. I'm going to show up the camera, plus minuses. I think I already said that, but okay, so here's the situation. My light is barely on because if I turn my light up, you like it adjusts slightly, but I don't need to glow. And the thing is that it's not just when it's like all the way up. Even like here, and I get it, I'm white. I don't get out in the sun much. Even though I live in Arizona, that's probably why I don't. But like it's the metals too, so they all gleam. The good thing is I definitely know that I do want one with a remote control. So I can do things like that and move the camera back and forth. So I don't have to take the camera up and down. So I'm not entirely happy that I don't have that as of yet, but what can I do? Okay, so let's talk about jewelry and the things that may differentiate something from a masculine design to a feminine design. Although I don't think you should follow social norms that keep you from wearing something that you absolutely love. If you love it, I don't care what other people say. Like, let them worry about that problem and you do you. That's still too bright. Okay. You guys might all disagree, but you see how it kind of looks kind of smoky, fuzzy? I don't know if that's just on my side of it, but yeah. Anyways, no, it's bad. Okay. So sometimes the difference between men and women's jewelry is nothing more than the size of the bead. So a 6 millimeter for women, an 8 millimeter for the guy, or 8 and 10, 4 and 6. Sometimes that's the only difference between a man's bracelet and a women's bracelet. And I mean like within a set. So there's those. Sometimes it's all about the shape. Uh, Faceted, for example, may traditionally be looked at as something for female, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with the guy wearing it, especially like with all of the beautiful stones we have. I don't know what just happened or why my mic muted. What the heck? Come on. Are you kidding me right? I'm gonna pause this for a second, figure out what's going on. I will be back. My camera has a mind of its own all of a sudden. Just 1 second. Okay, and we're back. I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but I don't know. We'll just go on, hope nothing goes off the rails. Anyways, as I was saying, we were talking about size. Sometimes it's the shape, whether it's a facet or not. It's total personal preference. I happen to love them. I think there are many handsome ways that you can use metal, faceted metal in men's designs, but that's me. Again, as I said, do not let anybody else's ideas of anything stand in your way of figuring things out and wearing jewelry that you really love. Okay. With that being said, another way, sometimes just a metal color. So the stainless steel over bright silver, which is silly because they're both beautiful. Maybe going with a darker, more muted color, doing um Heather, come on. My brain, you guys, goodness gracious. Sometimes it's just a matter of pattern. For example, when I make feminine bracelets, I am very aware that the top of our wrist is much smaller surface area as far as the sexes go, whereas a man's wrist is wider. So when I design for a female, I tend to make the focal and then all the rest goes around. Whereas the man's just because he has more of surface area, he can have like a secondary focal on the sides, like that bony part on either side. Um, and because he has about a wrist, so I'm gonna pull it off. Sometimes it's a matter of color or whatever. All I'm here to say is that don't allow what other people think to dictate it. I just said that again. For example, here's another very beautiful design. Now, if you were to remove these bone beads, move the wood beads out slightly, and then put like little pearls or something in between or whatnot, this would be a stunning women's bracelet. This is one of my favorite. I love how just swapping out the pattern for the middle set just kind of made it all its own. Here's a bead. This is a bone bead. They were in the sale on Wednesday. I love them. They look like wood. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, these would be a perfect, like, width bracelet for a guy. It could also be for a girl. It would just be a chunky one. But put some pearl earring or some pearl beads in the middle of them. Stunning. And then it just becomes a chunky design. That's what I mean, guys. We could literally just stick a wood bead in between all of these and we would be golden. It would be great. There's so many things. Sometimes it's a texture situation or a difference in the way a bracelet is laid out. For example, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second there. Got it back though. Sometimes it's simply a subject of patterns. So maybe this is more the feminine one, whereas if you swap out the black and white positions within the bracelet, with most of the beads being black with just a white one every third bead, it's going to be a softer, or it's going to be a more harsh, a more masculine design. That's another way to say it. Here is another example of sometimes it's just about the size. This is 1.5 millimeter leather. This is 2 millimeter leather. It's beautiful. They're both beautiful. Now, the brown on here looks darker than the brown on here, and that is in person too. Don't get me wrong. They are both the same color when it comes to Leather Cord USA. The difference is that here the leather is larger, so therefore has more denseness when it comes to dyeing. So the dyeing goes in further than it does on a thinner leather, therefore giving one a lighter appearance than the other. See? Beautiful. Very easy difference, but it makes a world of difference when it is on your wrist. Because you could mix this with a nice chunky chain or add this to like a very dainty pearl bracelet. With this, you've got a double strand for both that I think look great. So let's go to what we're going to be doing tonight. And I'm excited because it's fun. And then I'm going to try to get these scheduled out, get something to watch. I hope to get in a women's design before we get in the car to leave because I would love to play with some sparkle, but we'll see. Okay, so tonight or this morning, however you want to look at it, we are going to be playing with some wampum. So I have these two wampum turtles that are awesome, amazing. One is in a lighter tone, not that you can tell because of the glow. So this is the darker one. And then this is a lighter, more like dusty, pale purple. It's just pretty. So, what we're going to be using both of these. We are going to be using shapes that only someone afraid to be you, to be themselves, would see, as I'm going to do a flower on either side of the turtle for my daughter's bracelet. Although nobody would see these as flowers are only masculine or feminine if this was what the other beads was. It also helps that these have 4 petals, not there's not a 5th or a 6th, so it can be passed off as other stuff. I say keep it. Then for these, we have these quatrefoil beads. And you know what? I might take a look because I like the tone variation of this. And so I want to see if I have any with those because I split a strand with somebody on this, whereas when the flowers came up, I bought a 4-piece set and I've already used several. So, but like I said, I did a split ski with you with someone else, and it allowed me to get more beads at a better price. I just wasn't able to do so here. Okay, so see how this one is much darker than this one? No, you can't. This, you guys, I'm just gonna have to turn this like all the way off and hope that you guys can still see pretty well. Okay, so see how much darker that one is? I have another one right here that's also darker. And I think that's all I'm gonna use. I want to keep it fair. In all actuality, I want to keep some for myself. So that's the real reason. Not that I couldn't buy more, but I might just have to do that anyways because one of my little turtles came with a broken flipper, and then the other one broke. I'm so sad. I was so excited to do it. Plus, this Gigi has these adorable flower pearls. I also have some butterfly pearls that I'd like to like put together, take with me. Why wait till the last minute? I have no idea. Anyways, let's get to this. Stop rambling, Heather. So the only big difference between these beyond the shape is that for the feminine version, we are going to use bicones and we might use silver. I haven't fully decided. I've been going back and forth. I may also just use some silver seed beads in between the wood beads. I know I want to do a double strand, that's all I know. And I want to start with my daughters. So, hopefully she's not up watching this and she nurses the baby. If you do, okay. I'm not sure if I have that paused or not, so if it's not, I'm sorry. I don't edit my designs mostly because I don't like the sound of my own voice, and also because I, like many others, are hypercritical of myself versus the grace I show other people. It is something I am working on. I am trying to show myself more grace, but sometimes it's more difficult than others. And seeing as it's 2 o'clock in the morning right now, it's just me. Oh, yeah, I think this is prettier, but I am going to do the fit test. And guess what? I have flag pins up at the top that I clipped my clippies to. I'm gonna clip it right at the front or right where I have the flowers so that I can see how that looks on my wrist without losing all my beads. Come on, will you clip on there already? Oh no, I think that's perfect. See, I might take off that third one. No, I like the third. And I'm sorry, I can't put the bead right there for obvious reasons. We don't need anybody's little girl thinking it's turtle poo. Yep, I like that. The only thing that I'm seeing that I want to change because I completely forgot, I have bicones that I can put on the inside of this bracelet. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna leave the silver. Oops, I didn't mean to pull off the last silver. So I forgot. I'm going to use less of the wood beads and more of the. See, if I push everything up here, then it forces me to stay up here so that I can get to it. Okay, let's go ahead and close that up. Let's close up most of these seed beads. Okay, we'll leave out about that much, even though that's way too much. It's all right though. Okay, so we have the silver seed bead on both sides. We have and then is that what I want to do? Nope, I think I want a wood bead and this is why. Because I want to go the wood and then I want the bicone. I might want a silver bead in. Let me see what I think of that. Do I want it with or without the silver seed bead in between? Look, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know this camera's not gonna work though. It's too glowy. I don't know. It might just be me. We're definitely gonna put a silver between the bicone and the wood bead, and then we will go to our bicone real quick. And then we're gonna go seed bead. Oh wait. Do we go to a seed bead or do we put the flower on at this point? So that it's even more visible on the top of our wrist. Yeah, that's really pretty. So I think this will be a good size. I could still put, yeah, I definitely want a silver seed bead between the purple and the flowers. The purple of the flowers and the purple bicone, in case that was confusing for anybody else. I knew what I meant, and it was confusing for me. So, let's see. Clippy? Yeah, I like that even better than what we had before. Yep, that's what's gonna work. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to go silver. Come on. Bicone. And just to vary it up, hold on, we're gonna do silver. And then I wanna do 2 wood beads. These aren't all perfectly drilled. So sometimes they have a little bit of extra wood that didn't get cleared all the way out. And then I'm gonna do a seed bead, a bicone, a seed bead, and then 2 more wood beads. Then I will add this on to the other side if I could get my soft flex through these wood beads. Yes, that's so pretty. I love that. It's simple but elegant. Um, and which is my favorite. Simple elegance is my favorite, both in masculine and feminine designs. See how pretty that is? Love it. Other side, let's clippy this so nothing falls off. Just to be on the safe side, we are going to go silver, bicone, silver. I'm not good at picking up seed beads with my needle, but by forcing myself to do it, I have to be on camera. Bob, bob, bob. Silver. Wait. Yes, I'm going into a second one. I had to think about that real good and hard for a second. But hey, I also completely left off an entire section of beads on one of the stretch bracelet ones. Or not stretch bracelet. Like I made this and I like royally screwed up. One side has 3 sections, one side has 4 sections. And yet I was wondering why I wasn't fitting properly because my math wasn't adding up. It wasn't adding up because of this. So what I'll probably do is take off this entire last thing. I'm just hold on 1 second, please. Sorry guys. I really am. I don't know what gets into them sometimes. It's just a struggle right now. It's almost like they know we're leaving, so they're gonna act out or something. I don't know what the deal is. It always seems to happen. Maybe that's how we feel about the situation, and so we project our feelings onto them. And dogs are known to feed off of their humans um emotions, and we are their more emotional support humans. Quite surely we are. So I think that I will just need one of those and then we'll finish up with 2 beads like so. Turn it around, do the other side, see if it will be long enough. I really only put another seed bead and 2 beads, so I do not think this will be enough at all. I didn't realize I had so few on here, so we will probably need at least oh my gosh. See, guys, I just can't. I can. I'm just not good at it. Let's put it that way. It's something I do try to work on when I'm by myself and, are not on camera, which the past, you guys, I know this is supposed to be like 28 days, but I probably designed, I think at last count, including these 2, was, um, over 40 designs. I just haven't released them all and or not all of them are part of this challenge, so okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more on this side, one more series. So, another bicone. I don't know why I have this out. Oh, it was in my way for something else. I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" Okay, last 2, 3mm wood beads like that. I will grab my mantle. My daughter's wrist size is a 6.5, and I need to put a clasp on, or is she a little bit longer? I always forget. I think I might just actually put 2 more bicones on and call that for this design and just end on a bicone. Ouch. I just hit my my glasses on my ring light. Oh wait, did I do all of these? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We want to make sure Heather can actually count this time. Because goodness knows. Okay, I probably should have used this longer one for my son-in-laws, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Now I need some crypt tubes and my magical crimper. And a magical crimper is simply a crimper that has a concavity, in the center of the barrel. So, and it's on both sides. So you just crimp it once and then turn, 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 northeast, south, and west, and you should end up with a little crimp bead. Crimp. There'll be a little silver bead. Let's just say it like that, since I am starting to get a little, slap happy. Okay, I like to keep my loops nice and small. And I also like to attach things by jump rings so that if something breaks, the whole project doesn't have to be restrung. You just have to swap. Now, when you go, see how I flattened it out like ravioli? See? Now, I'm going to go the opposite way and squish. I'm going to go around to this and squish. And around like this. And then if you're still feeling resistance as you go around, just keep going until you don't anymore. Because that's what I just did. And I think I ended up with you really can't see when I'm that close to the camera. See, that's the problem. Anyways, there's the silver bead. I have very little overage, so if I can get my bicone over it, I can indeed. Then I will leave it there because I know that it's silly, but in my mind, this doesn't look as centered when you do it directly into when you don't go through the first, at least one bead. So this is purely aesthetics. It's not anything other than that. This is a preference thing. I'm not going to get this inside that bicone, I don't think. It keeps kicking me off. There we go. Okay. Or it didn't. And okay, I'm not trying to get it in that bicone. It's okay. It should give me the bit of that little gap I'm going to get by not going into the bicone will be perfect to help with sizing, because I don't want a big gap, but I also don't want my bracelet strung out so much that it's I want it to have a little bit smaller of a thing of a loop. center it completely, squish, turn, squish. If you do not have your beads centralized every single time, the top and bottom will start to get kind of squishy and you'll end up with like more of a bicone shape than a round little bead. And like I said, you're just going to keep going. And I don't know how the magical crimper works. I do know that there are designers that either love it or hate it. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of in betweens. So I don't know. I've been tempted to like try to cut the bead off so I could see if it's taking little bites at and it's weakening the soft legs. I would love that. I wish that they would show what that looks like so that we know once and for all. Sorry, I'm sitting here rubbing my nose while on camera because it's driving me crazy. It's just itchy. Here we go. I think every neighbor within 10 blocks decided to mow this weekend. So either littles were out mowing for their dads or something of that nature. Okay, these ones are smaller. But, where are my lobster claws? I don't want to make it too small, but I also don't want to make it too big. And as long as I cannot find my lobster claws, which I thought, well, that's just an empty bag. Okay, how are we going to do this then? Maybe we'll just put on the hook and eye claws. I have everything for that. I could even just use the hook side and have it go into one on the other side, especially if I can't find said other end, which I am having problems doing right this second. I wonder where my like little books and stuff are. I'm so afraid it's going to be too big for my daughter now because I wasn't planning on that much space being taken by a class like the hook and eye does. Hopefully it will just slide onto a smaller jump ring so as not to take up as much space. Like that would be ideal. But we're just gonna have to see. And this can actually go directly on. That's a cutter, Heather. Don't do that. Directly on. Come on. Directly onto the through the loop onto the soft flex. Now, am I going to keep this way with the hook going into that? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to see where I'm at. I'm at about a 6.5. So I can go up to even a 6 millimeter jump ring. I don't think that's quite necessary. I'm trying to find like my strongest, aka thickest, um, little jump ring. And then I'm still going to get well, I was gonna get my 6 steps bail making pliers. Here they are. And I don't want to do it very hard, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my jump ring in the box joint of my beadle on, unless I drop it. of my Beadalon 6-step bell making plier. It is the best one. Be forewarned that why is this keep slipping right off? It does not want to get um like work hardened or something. Goodness. I'm just gonna give it a little squish. As I was saying, I have found that the blue handle much better than the black handled uh Beadle-on ones. I don't know if they adjusted it after like the first or not. I just know that I found quite a difference in the like quality and strength. And the problem with the 6-tip bail making pliers, all but the blue handled Beadle-on, is that they at the start of each barrel it is the right size, but then you get out to the end and it flares out slightly, and it's just enough to make it hard to take your project off. Okay, so there is my daughter's. Pretty. We're right at 6 3/4, which should be fine, but I may add a couple of jump rings just in case. I'll just use these itty bitties in between some of the, which ones did I just use? They're no longer here. I must have just taken one out and put it back down. I think it was. Those ones are a little bit bigger. Oh, I'll probably use these ones and the little jump rings I have, and then if it is too large for her, I can also fix that. Okay, on to my son-in-law's. I will finish her class later. I promise it'll be done. You can see it in the thumbnail on the video. And yes, and you guys, please, I would love to know what your favorites were as far as the series goes. Was there one that you just loved, or was there, I'd love to know what you've made with them. I'd love it if you would share pictures in the Beading Besties group so that I can see it, or you can always look me up on Facebook under Heather Aston and message me that way. It's the same picture as my YouTube picture, so that should make it a little bit easier to figure out. Okay, now we need some more soft flex. It was just right here. I literally just used it and I probably took it out, moved it, because wherever I had it before didn't seem like the safest place. Oh my goodness. The other thing, I literally had a longer piece up here at the end where there was just one. Oh my goodness. I have to have those. It's like necessary. Hold on 2 seconds. Here. It was right next to my weave mat the whole time. Sure, some of you probably even saw it there. I'm gonna go ahead. My son-in-law has about 7 and ish wrists, so I don't want to cut too much. Then I'll have too much. Yeah, that's fine. Especially once we add a clasp on and everything else. And we are going to start with his design. Now, I would like to keep my daughters here as maybe some little information or inspiration, and or I'm sorry guys, my nose just, oh, I've never really had allergies too bad. So it's just strange for me. Okay, so we're gonna put the turtle on. We know we're going to spread out the quatrefoil so it hits here and here on a guy. This one, as you will see on my wrist, just slightly does that. Slightly indented, not too much, and it's pretty. And then you have all of the what was this wood we said? Sandalwood. Sandalwood. So this one, but this one isn't as fragrant as the rest of them all. Okay. Now I have a little bit of a dilemma. I know I just spent all that time pulling these larger silver beads in, but I think that I want to swap to gunmetal, even though that is not the same, but it's okay. They don't have to be matchy-matchy. They don't need to be twins, just sisters are fine. They're also a little bit bigger. So, let me see if this one fits next to our little turtley powwow. Mm, it does and it doesn't. I'm not mad at it for the way that it is. Okay, so why did I just put a second one on that side? 'Cause you losing it, Heather, you losing it. Okay. Now I'm gonna put a little clippy on the end of this and my other clippy back on my flag pin at the top of my board and figure out the rest of this. And I'm not gonna lie, we might be going to the silver, you guys. I think I just think I like the silver better. Okay, guys, so how else are we going to contrast this? You'll see, but I don't like those for this bracelet. I love the gunmetal. I love a good gunmetal bead. It's not that. It's just that it's not really giving me the look I want for this. So now I just have to hope that the silver fits a little bit better, and it does. It seats in there much better. Okay, so, but we're gonna have to be a little frugal 'cause A, I don't really feel like dumping out that entire container and picking it all back up again. But if I do get way too short, will do that. I'm just trying to split them up evenly right now. And of course, we're one short of an even pair. And that's 5. Um, I I'm trying to see if I can see. Yeah, there's clearly other ones in here. Okay, here we go, guys. Big mess. Here's another one. I didn't need all of those to go with it. Here's another one, or is this a round bead that just got put away as, I think that is a round bead. Ooh, look at here. 1, 2, 3, all in the same area. Here are 2 more. So, yeah, I don't know if they got mixed together by me, because it's very rare that I have, like, seed beads, like, mixed up like this, unless they came as a mix, of course. And I'm very sorry that you're having to watch me separate all of these beads. I am in awe of how fast Becky from Makito Burrito can separate beads with her little bead scoop. There's one more. And another, let's see what we have here. So we had 5 and 5, right? Yes, 5 and 5. Now we're gonna go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 and 1. I think since this is all I'm going to need, I should be good now, although that looks like a round bead, not a seed bead, whereas this one looks like a seed bead. Okay, here's another one. It will drive me crazy knowing that there's like one in here. Except for now I found a second one. Oh, you guys. This is literally a dilemma. It takes me forever to find some, and then I go to clean up and put away, and I just start seeing them everywhere on the map after not finding them. And I just scooped some crimps up. We only need 2 of those. I just was not doing a good job at like holding on to it. Yes, I know. A bead scoop would make this much faster. I need to get one like the one that Bernie has at the shop because it's almost like the back of a like a dumpster. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Okay. All righty then. We have the bigger silver. Now we can go wood and wood, much like our daughters. But then we're going to vary the pattern. And just as we have the bicones, excuse me, just like we had on the bicones situation, we are going to do something kind of cool, and that is to bring in some of the Job tears seed beads. These are literal seed beads. 3, 6, and of course I have 7 of those. Um, and I think that these colors like match perfectly. I will tell you that there is often debris within like the hole that you sometimes have to snatch out. Sometimes you have to kind of just I don't know. I should have done that off camera before. And okay, so I'm going to have the like bigger, it's not really a bigger end, it just gives the illusion of that. And I like these because they're like a grayish lavender color, which I think pairs nicely with the turtles. And I almost thought about using these until I found these beautiful sparkly ones. And then we're just going to do um a oh, do I want to do that actually? Man, sorry, now I can't decide if this is going to be too far for between the center and the secondary focal spot on the wrist. I guess we can just try and see how wide that's gonna be. I'm worried that it's going to be like too wide of a width. and the quadrifold will just get lost later, like, off to the side of your bracelet. Come on, babes, please cooperate. Everything just wants to be difficult for me tonight. Let me go ahead and put the wampum on and see how it hits on the wrist. If I knew where the other oh, there it is. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? That disappeared too?" Okay, I think this is gonna be too much. So we may have to vary it slightly, but let's see. I could be wrong. If that's where it is, that might just be perfect, actually. Huh. Well, would you look at that? Let's see just how much. If all else fails, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I know it doesn't seem like it would make a big difference, but much in like we did on the female version, I think that I want to go like seed bead wood, seed bead, right? Hold on. Now I'm confuzzled. Let me see what I think of that. And what the spacing looks like is once I have this on. Oh, oops. Seed bead now, Heather. It's a big one, so that's easier to string. Put on Job's uh seed bead and then see how this looks. I can always go down to the 11 O's for inside, like this part, as it's not gonna be what's shown the whole way around. So another one of these. And why does it seem like I didn't get very much further? And it's already the same exact length that it was. Let's see. It's the same length. I'm gonna switch to 11 O's right here, and then we will go back to the 8 O's. We're just gonna start. I guess I didn't have to clean up quite that well. Just like I didn't need nearly that amount. Um, so oh crap. Now I'm not sure. Is that an ant? You are not losing your mind. There is in fact something crawling across my feed table right now. I am not sure at all what it is. But I do know that it is now dead. Whatever it was. Okay, so I think I needed that. But then I want to go wood, wood, and then I just want an 11-0 on the inside of both sides. And I could actually take out one of the wood if I need to. Will you please go on, sir? Oh my goodness. It's because it's the two-tone, so it's harder to see where the hole is. One, two of these, right? And then the big, and then the Job. The quadrifoil. I think I'm gonna have to take one of the inside wood beads off. It's the same shit size. So we're gonna go like that. I still am gonna stick with the small little seed bead on the inside, and then we will switch to the 8 shortly thereafter. The only function of said bead is to keep it from looking like that your turtle's taking the bathroom. Okay, here we go. I swear I did not intend for this to be such a long video. So I'm going to try to breeze through this as fast as I possibly can without it being a completely hot mess. Okay. Oh, come on. Because they are a natural, like, actual seed bead. They can get clogged. Goodness. Okay, got it. Then we're gonna go the 6-0 or 8-0. I'm not quite sure what those ones are. I think that they are likely, I don't know, they might be 6-0s. Okay, now let's give it a little measurement. Yes, perfect. See? Perfect, which is how I wanted it. Okay, now we're just going to put on another one of the larger seed beads. 2 of the sandalwood. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Heather, get a hold of yourself, woman. What are you doing? Oh, no. This should be, Tears of Job, right? Yeah. I'm going to do another Tears of Job. Okay, I don't know how they drill these, but they are all on the strand so nicely when you get it, and then you go to use them, and all of a sudden you have all this issue, which is not fair when you can't really pick up. Just kidding. I'm not about to have a little pity party for myself. I was blessed by a gift of friendship tonight, and that's the energy I want to be in when I get to see my granddaughter. Okay, I know that I had, oh, I'm not doing another quatrefoil. So boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna do the pattern on the other side and knock all my beads off because I didn't put that on first. It is late. I'm going to give myself grace. as my voice cracks. I try not to do negative self-talk. It's one of my goals for 2025. The other one is not to allow anybody else's possible response keep me from being who I am. Okay. Do I want another? Yes, I definitely want another one of these. Is that the same size as that one or no, this one's bigger. Let's go here. And then we'll see where we are after this. Hopefully we are done because we are quickly oh no, we're not running out of seed beads. I'm like, we are running out of seed beads. Like you wouldn't believe. I thought I just had like those three. Nope, I got enough to do a whole other design if I want to. Okay, let's test the measurement. It is nowhere near being long enough. So I have to decide now if I'm going to put another Job tears on or if I should I have more of the quatrefoil than I do of the flower. But that feels like I'm playing favorites or something, and that's the last thing I want to do. That's just the mom in me, I guess. Also, the mom in me is like, you get what you. No, I definitely need more seeds. So I'm going to go with these two, those two, these two. And then I'm just going to finish. I have a strand of these. I know, I know. You all know what I'm about to say. So it needed to be said. We're good. Okay, so let's go do that on the other side. So the only thing I did was put a seed. And then 6 2 wood beads. And I think that's where I stopped on the other side too. Here we go. Dropped it. All right, let's see now. Because I'm not mad at extra of the Job seeds. I will just have to find them, more of them. I still need to put a clasp on. But even with that, do I want to do a third bead in the middle? I think that's the easiest way to fix this and get it to the length I need is just to add a third Job's these seed beads. I'm sure you guys are getting sick of me saying the name over and over again. Oh, no, can't do that. That looks wrong. Nope. Huh. I think we're gonna have to put another quatrefoil. It is the day after Father's Day, and my daughter is getting a very nice camera for Mother's Day. So, she will be happy. And just glad that we want to celebrate her hubby on his first Father's Day. because that's cool, you know? It really is. Okay. I think those two are the darkest I have. I have two more in it. Ooh, that's a dark one. Sorry, the glare is making it hard to decipher what's what with these three. So I'm gonna pull them off from underneath there and see. Yeah, these two are the darker ones. Ha ha ha. This is what we're going to do. We're gonna clip over here. Oh no, first we're gonna go bead, wood, wood. I'm afraid it's gonna be too long, which will make me very sad if it is too long. Because now that I like want it on there, I want it on there. Oh wait, no, this one is the darker one. Yeah, is that gonna be too big? We might just get stuck with one bum at the end, which would be fine too. But let's see here. Where are we size-wise? Nope, I think that I can put it all on there the way I had it. And then once I add my clasp, we will be good to go because I don't, um, I'm gonna get the loop done down here. Okay, I managed to find, oh, here's two. I was gonna say, I managed to find some of my my loop. And again, I like a smaller loop to connect things to and give me enough room on the other end. Ugh. Okay, there we go. We are going to put it in the center, not crooked though. There we go. 1, 2, come on. 3, 4, okay, that's good. Oh, come on. You really can't go inside that little wooden bead. I'm trying to not have to cut that very short tail. And I think I'm gonna be okay. So, oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I got this. Pretty, handsome, whatever you want to call it. That's what it is. I am going to have to find my silver clasps, guys, because the only ones I have right here are stainless, so I will not be putting the clasp on while the video is recording, but never fear, it's gonna be on there. Oh, come on. Okay, again, I don't want it to like spring out really quickly. Let me see. Nope, that's good. I am gonna pull the loop down ever so slightly because I do like me a smaller loop. Okay, in the center, squish. squish, just know this doesn't have to be like a Herculean effort or anything. It's just a matter of doing light little squishes until you don't meet any more resistance from the crimp. When you squeeze the crimpers in for your when you squeeze your crimp beads, get it to go. Whether you use this or a traditional method, it works just fine. I'm so happy. Oh, I think he's gonna like it. I really, really do. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, so we are right at 7, so once I have the class, we'll be good to go. All right, guys, we got it finished. I'm gonna put the class on, but you know what I mean. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this 28 days of men's jewelry channel. Please leave a comment down in the section below the video. I'm going to put up a card for the rest of the playlist. At least that's what I think I'm going to be doing. If you want to check out the rest out because you are new to my channel, please do so. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, changing the notifications to all so that you don't ever miss the release of one of my videos. Thanks, guys. It's been fun. I'm happy that I get to go design something sparkly now. Sorry, I keep doing that tonight. I get to go design something sparkly now. So, as always, guys, love you lots and happy beading.